So today I want to talk about the biggest difference you'll see as you climb up the levels as a young footballer. Now, what is this biggest difference? The biggest difference is simply speed of play. Now, what do I actually mean by speed of play? Speed of play is just how quickly, how sharply, just how swiftly your opponents are going to be able to do certain things. Now, let me give an example. Maybe before you're playing at a lower level, and maybe in a certain situation the opponents you were going up against, maybe they needed 3 touches to do a certain action. Maybe they needed 3 touches to receive the ball, take another touch, and then they had to play it. But as you climb up through the levels, there's going to be certain players who can do exactly what he did, however in less touches, in 2 touches. Maybe it's just take it on the back foot and play. Or even better, maybe they can even do it in 1 touch, where it's just maybe they'll be scanning their shoulders, they'll go to receive the ball, and bang, they'll play it first time, but still with the same accuracy, still with the same weight of pass and everything. So literally, speed of play is what you're gonna have to work on as a footballer, because that's literally the main thing where that's literally the main difference you'll see as you go up through the levels. Players, Players are, they're still as fast, they're still as strong, physically, but in my opinion, it's technically and how fast the game moves and how fast your brain actually has to move as well. Now, let me tell you a story. I remember when I was playing at 16 years old, I was playing with the under 18s and training with the under 23s as well. So I remember when I'd be playing with them sort of players, my game was more, centre midfielder, almost like a destroyer type of role, where it's like I was known as a ball winner. So anytime someone would get the ball, anytime someone would try, the opposite centre mid would, receive the ball, I'd take that. Anytime someone would try, run with the ball, dribble with the ball, drive with the ball, what I'm saying, I'll just sweep that up. And I got used to this feeling. I got used to the feeling of constantly just winning the ball and then recycling for my team, constantly just winning the ball and then just playing it out, just keeping the game ticking. And I thought I was the guy, to be honest. Then I got moved to the first team training session. I remember I went to the first team training session. My manager was like, I think the first team manager was like, yo, I need like 2 or 3. I can bring 2 or 3 of the the first year under 18. So obviously I was one of them people. So obviously I go to the training. At first everything's fine. You're doing the rondos, and at first I'm thinking, alright, cool, the rondos they're a little bit quicker, you know what I'm saying? Like the way they're passing the ball way more firm. I remember when someone first passed the ball into me, I was like, yo, he kind of fired that into me. Luckily I still controlled it on my first, controlled it on the first time I got it, but I was still kind of like, yo, he kind of fired that into me. Like I wasn't used to that at the time. And then we go, we do our warm up, we do some small sided games. You understand? We're doing the small sided games. I was thinking, everything's cool. We went into possession, but when I mean possession jobs, it's literally like 3v3. So we're doing 3v3s. Everything's good. But then the big difference I saw is when we went to like 8v8s, 9v9s. That's when I was like, oh, okay, this is levels. This is where I got shown levels. This is where I was like, alright, cool. I'm not as good as I thought I was, and it's simply because these guys, first team level. Obviously, I was 16 at the time. Obviously, they're grown men, but even still, the sharpness they do everything at, literally, even when they go to receive the ball, they don't just sort of labor over and be like, yes, I want the ball. It's always like a double movement. It's always like, yeah, I want the ball type of thing. You understand? It's always everything sharp. It's always a directional first touch. They never just static with the first touch, because a lot of times when I play with the under 18s and the under 23s, people, let's say the opposite centre midfielder will go to receive the ball, he wouldn't really go out with any sort of urgency. He'll sort of just labour over there, say he wants the ball, and he'd take it like this. He wouldn't really take it on his back foot, or even if he did take it on his back foot, he wasn't really checking his shoulders, he wasn't really quick with it, which made it easier for me to nip in and just dispossess him. But at the first team training session, when it went to like 7v7s, 8v8s, bro, I couldn't get near some of these guys. Not because I was necessarily getting skin. I wasn't getting what's it called, getting skilled up or anything. It was just that these guys were just doing the simple things so quickly. These guys, you know, pass and move, literally get the ball, like Pep Guardiola said, get the ball, pass the ball, take the ball, pass the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like these guys, and the move. It was more the movement as well. It was more off the ball than on the ball. You know, on the ball they weren't really, you know, dribbling, especially in my position as well as a centre mid. You're not really gonna be, you know, you can't really isolate your man 1v1 and then start doing step overs in the middle of the pitch. It's more just like, yo, just the movements are just so quickly, and yo, I was having a hard time, you know, keeping up with my man, whoever it was, because obviously, yo, I was marking, you know, primarily the two other centre mids. You understand? And it was mainly just the off-ball movement where I was like, yo, this is crazy. And even when I got on the ball, I was like, yo, like the press I was receiving was mad. Like I was thinking, yo, normally, you know, I'll look over my shoulders, I'll have that time to, you know, turn out. But then literally I'd go to receive the ball and I could feel the man literally right in my back, you know, forearm right in his back. And I'd always just have to bounce the ball back and then, you know, try recycle again and try get on the ball again. And I can't lie, I got dispossessed a few times. You understand? I got dispossessed a few times. I think there was one training session, I can't lie, I dived in too quickly. I was getting frustrated, so I think one guy just got the ball. I can't lie, I dived in and then literally bang, he just dropped his shoulder like this and just popped it through my legs. I was thinking, yo, this is crazy. But yeah, when I got moved to the first team, I got showed levels, and simply just because of the speed of play, you know, I couldn't really get close to anyone. I couldn't, you know, make the same amount of challenges that I'd make. I couldn't complete the same amount of tackles that I'd make, you know, under 18s, under 23s. And even when my team had the ball, the way I had to be quick on it. You understand? Like I had to do certain things that I normally do in 2 touches. I had to learn how to do it in 1, and then certain things I do in 3 touches, have to do it in 2. You understand? Just less touches, just speed of play, and then obviously following the runs, following the markers, just staying concentrated. In my opinion, because like I said, with the speed of play, everything. When you're not used to it, everything feels like it's happening so quickly. You understand? Everything feels like it's happening so quickly that there's no rest by it. You understand? There's no time where, you know, normally in your games where it's like you're comfortable playing at a certain level, you can mentally sort of check out in the game and it's fine. You can forget to, you know, grab your marker and it doesn't really feel as detrimental. But once you actually move up those levels, yo, one mistake, one lapse of concentration, and you're done. So literally, I'll be talking about literally speed of play and how to increase your speed of play, because from my experience, that's literally the main thing. That's the main difference you'll see as you move up the levels as a footballer. So the first point is literally mental. Literally mentally in your mind, just tell yourself, I need to play quick, I need to play quick, I need to play quick. I feel like that helps for me really. Obviously, you don't want to be telling yourself this to the point where you're putting yourself in a panic state, to the point where you're rushing things needlessly. You understand? Obviously, there's a time and place where, you know, you look around, you create yourself some space, and then you can take, you know, 2, 3, 4 touches. But most of the time, you just have to tell yourself constantly, yo, someone's on me. Constantly just check your shoulders and be like, I need to play quick, I need to play quick. As little touches as possible, you understand? I feel like it's a mental thing. Once you keep telling yourself, yo, play quick, play quick, play quick, and you actually acknowledge that, yo, if I don't play quick, I'm gonna get dispossessed. You understand? But like I said, don't do it to the point where you're panicking, you're stressed. Don't do it to the point where you're actually afraid to receive the ball. You understand? Just do it. Just see it as a challenge. See it as a challenge. See it as a challenge for yourself, and be like, alright, cool. If I don't play quick, if I dilly dally on the ball, I'm gonna get dispossessed. So I literally need to, you know, make my movement offer for the ball. No matter what area I'm on the pitch, no matter what position I play, I just need to offer for the ball and then just do my movements quick, and just keep telling yourself that mentally. You understand? Because once you tell yourself that mentally, you're getting your, I'm saying, wherever the mind goes, the body follows. So if your mind is thinking, yo, quick, your body's gonna follow. You're gonna be springy. You're gonna be sharp. You understand? So literally, that's the first point. Just mentally, just tell yourself, yo, I need to play quick. I need to play quick. But like I said, don't do it to the point where, you know, you're scared or you're hurried, you're rushing things needlessly. Just do it to the point where it's like, it's quick but it's not hurried. There's definitely a difference. So literally, first point, mentally just keep telling yourself, I need to play quick, I need to play quick, I need to play quick. You know what I'm saying? Next is technicals. Now, what I mean by technicals is that everything has to be sharp, especially your first touch. You need a good first touch, because let's be honest, if you have a bad first touch, What's a bad first touch gonna lead to? A bad first touch is gonna lead to you needing to take more touches. You understand? Let's say there's a situation where you receive the ball, you're meant to only play in 2 touches. You should have received the ball, get the ball wherever, on your back foot, on your front foot, and then play the pass. But because you've taken a bad touch, you need to take 2 extra touches or 3 extra touches. And you know what happens when you need to take those 2 or 3 extra touches, or even that 1 extra touch? What happens? Your options get closed down, and then your options get closed down, and then what happens? You're on the ball, you're trying to find an option, and you're just looking silly out there. I know this from experience because it's happened to me, where it's like, yo, what's it called? I've taken a little bit of a heavy touch, or the ball's got stuck under my feet, and I need to take 1 extra touch or 2 extra touches. And obviously, I'd scanned my shoulders before. I'd already knew, you know, what pass I was gonna play. You know, I already had, you know, 2 options in my head. I'd already scanned the pitch. I already seen. But guess what? The ball got stuck under. I needed to take 2 extra touches, and then guess what? Those 2 options that I saw, they immediately got shut off. You know, they got closed off. The passing lane got closed off, and then guess what? I was panicking. I was looking for options, couldn't find anything, and then yeah, got dispossessed. You understand? So literally, a crisp first touch is key. Literally, it needs to be on point every single time. And now, obviously, this is just the fundamentals. I'm just talking about your wall passing. Literally, if you can find the wall, maybe you have like a wall at your Astro, or you have like a rebounder at your Astro. At my Astro turf, there's like, obviously it's a cage, but like at the bottom of the cage, there's like this little wall bit where you can just play passes. And I've just been practicing your left foot, right foot, take on your back foot, on your left foot, take with the back foot on your right foot. I've been practicing different little turns. You know what I'm saying? Passing against the wall, pretending that pretending that I've got a man on my back, doing a double movement, and then just playing it back. Literally just wall passes, like I said, on the ground, in the air even. Literally just get your first touch crisp, because with your first touch, the game opens up, and you can take as little touches as possible, so that your options don't close off. Because that's the worst. That's the worst feeling, where you've seen the options, you've seen where you want to play, but then your options get closed off, and then now you're looking stupid. Now you're looking like a bad player. Now everyone's telling you, oh, why are you not releasing the ball? You're looking like a guy who doesn't really want to release the ball. Whereas in reality, it was literally just your first touch. So just make sure that first touch is always on point. Practice, like I said, get a wall, go to a wall, and just practice different types of touches as well. So that's the second point. Just make sure the fundamentals and the technicals are on point. Literally, as footballers, 95% of the game is just about the fundamentals, mastering the fundamentals at a high level, at a high tempo, good and good sharpness as well. Literally, it's only 5% where it's like the flamboyant stuff. So trust me, practice those technicals and practice them at high speeds and just high sharpness. And then the last point is literally experience. Now, what I mean by experience is that, yo, just try and find as high level players as you can, and literally just constantly play with them. Because once you get playing at high speeds, at high levels, eventually the game is gonna feel like it's gonna slow down for you. Now, I've experienced this myself, where at first everything just seemed a bit frantic. You know, I was playing with guys at a high level, older guys who play at a fast tempo, quick tempo, and the game sort of felt, it felt frantic. I was like, oh my days, like this feels so fast. But because I was playing with them on a regular basis, once a week, every single week, it got to like the 4th or 5th week, and I was like, yo, the game feels like it's kind of slowed down, and it feels like that because you've got better yourself. You've got used to that tempo. You've got used to, you've gained that experience where it's like, alright, cool. Maybe you made a mistake in the past, but now you know what to do to correct it. You know what angle to receive the ball at. You know how many touches you need to take. You've learned that. Alright, cool. I need to just scan my shoulders more. Maybe I wasn't scanning. Looking over my shoulder, I wasn't scanning enough. You've learned these little tricks and little details. So literally, just keep playing with players who, like I said, push you to your abilities, who actually force you to become better. You understand? And then once you feel like you've outgrown those type of players, try find players even better. You understand? And that's just literally how you just keep improving your speed of play. Because trust me, a lot of people I've talked to who have played at high levels, they say that literally this is the biggest difference, is that they're sharp. They're sharp. Everything they do is just quicker. Literally, if you take a player who's like at a level down here, and you take a player who's at a level down here, they can both ping a ball. You understand? They can both ping a ball. They can both take a free kick. They can both, you know, get the ball out their feet and put one top corner. But it's just the speed at what they do at. It's the sharpness. You know, they can both, maybe they can both take their man on 1v1, but it's the speed and the efficiency they can do at. You understand? Think about a player like a winger like, I don't know, Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka, he isn't really, you know, the most flashy, but everything he does is efficient. You know, he'll get that ball and he'll keep it for Arsenal. If he doesn't see anything that's on, he'll keep it. But when he sees that moment where he can, you know, he can attack, he'll do what he needs to do. You know, he'll get the ball, cut inside on that left foot, maybe play a little 1-2 inside, whatever he needs to do, and then bang, it's a goal, or bang, he's laying it on a plate for somebody. You understand? So literally, that's the biggest difference. Like, you get to a certain level, everyone can play the perfect ping, everyone can play the perfect long ball, everyone can take, like I said before, everyone can take a free kick, everyone can dribble, everyone could take the ball on the back foot and play. But it's, everyone can play a ball through the lines and receive the ball through the lines as well. But it gets to a certain point where it's like, who can do it with the least amount of touches, who can do it with the most sharpness, who can do it what's it called, who can do it the fastest, basically. And that's literally the biggest difference as you move through the level. So just make sure you listen to everything that I've said and you just take it all into account, because trust me, you'll find it yourself that once you move to a new level, you're going to get overwhelmed a little bit. But that's to be expected. But literally, like I said with the 3 points, mentally just tell yourself, yo, I need to play quicker. Work on those technicals, work on the fundamentals, and then, yo, just keep playing with high level competition who push you to your limit, and then you should see improvements in your game. But that's all I've got to say for this vid. Hope you enjoyed. I'm JT, and I'm out.